So I want to share with you some reflections on what I've learned about love, because I don't know about you, but I've had to learn about love when it comes to loving my wife. I've had to learn about love when it comes to loving my kids. It's not surprising that I've had to learn about what it means to love my country. And I want to share with you 3 things that I've learned from my friends and colleagues who are doing this work about what love means. And the first thing that I think it means from my point of view is if you're loving, you're learning. If you're really loving someone or something, you have to learn. If I loved my wife today the same way I loved her the day we got married, I wouldn't be loving her very well, because I've had to learn after year, what does it mean to love her? So it's not surprising that learning, from my point of view, is part of loving. And for me, that means today, if I want to really learn about America, I'd better talk to the 60 million people who voted for a candidate that I thought shouldn't be president. I'd better talk to them. I'd better sit down with them. I'd better go a little deeper than I have to really learn who they are and to really find a way to love them. Not judge them, not put them in a basket of deplorables, but to love them. Isn't that part of the mandate? And if I were, I've also got to learn to love some other people. But the key thing for me is learning. If I'm not learning, I don't feel like I'm really doing justice. And I think many of the organizations that have just been honored tonight, as well as No Labels, it's all about learning. You can't just go out with your red or blue solution and argue it. You actually have to go out and learn. And that's something that our politicians don't model. Did you hear ever in this election from any candidate say, I learned so much from that debate. I learned so much from listening to so-and-so. No, they don't learn anything, because learning is seen as a sign of weakness. So you just spout your little tried and true liberal or conservative comments and call that, leadership. Well, I look forward to seeing a leader who learns. So that's the first thing I've learned about love. It's about learning. The second thing I've learned, and it's also present in all the groups that we've just heard, and it's been present in the day that we've been privileged to share here. The other word about loving is relationship. Think about it. What does love mean without relationship? Even loving yourself is about relationship to oneself. And if you think about it, we've just been through a year, actually 18 months, that was all about victory. It was all about victory. It was all about winning. It was all about who's going to control the House, who's going to control the Senate, who's going to control the White House. Was there even a word about relationship? Well, starting on Wednesday, we woke up to the truth, which is that it's about relationship. If Hillary had won, it would be about her relationship to the Republicans. Now that Trump has won, it's about his relationship to the Democrats. Because if that relationship is bad, there'll be stalemate, acrimony, and a continuing careening from left to right. So relationship is at the heart. Ambassador Hal Saunders, who worked at the State Department for many years, wrote a book called Politics is About Relationships. When you heard Ralph being honored, a lot of that's about relationship. When you listen to Ben talk about the way he serves his mayor, it's about relationship. So that's the second thing I've learned. Yes, it's about winning, but it's also about relationship. And when Martin Luther King was in the Birmingham jail, there he was, and what did he write? He said, our struggle is not about victory. It's about reconciliation. It's not about winning. It's about relationship. If he can see that after being thrown in jail by a racist police force, can't we find that as Americans in 2016? So learning and relationship. And the third thing I've learned about loving our country, which has also been present in every comment you've heard today, is problem solving. If you love someone and you're in a relationship and something comes up, what's the natural thing you want to do? Well, whatever relationship, and you noticed, if you just take a position and argue your position, and it's about position taking, that's not going to get you very far. We have to actually go from position taking to problem solving and actually say, I care about making this world or making this country better because we were together, because of our love and because of our relationship, we made this better. And I think whether we're talking about safe schools or internet privacy or outsourcing jobs to China or how to fix the economy or immigration, or you name it, we have to be problem solvers, not position takers. And that grows out, for me, of love and relationship. So when I tried to distill what this movement to reunite America is about, those were the three principles that I found. And I think they're the key to governance. They're the key to ending this endless campaign. And I mean endless campaign. I don't mean it ended on November 9th. The scholars who've really studied this say we've entered a world, America now, that's in an endless campaign. It never switches from campaigning to governance. It's now time to switch from campaigning to governance, and we need to do that by learning, relationship, and problem solving. That's the challenge.